Lindsay and John, those who knew Trooper Caton say he was a family man who loved what he did. One fellow trooper says he was the heart of the post, selfless and irreplaceable. A new developer has come in and sent a proposed plan for a new data center to the council members, so we'll likely hear some sort of response from council members on that tonight. Coming up at 6, we'll have a live look inside the meeting room. In Lordstown, Alex Imwalle, WKBN 27 First News. We're here live outside the grandstand where we're still seeing a lot of large crowds come by, and it makes sense. They're getting their last taste here at the fair, and no one should be surprised by how many people we're seeing. Chief Valerie Delmont says a majority of these funds will be used for new hires and additional staffing. At the start of the year, APD began with 39 police officers. Now they're down to 31. Similarly, they started with 24 dispatchers, and now they're down to 21. Good morning, Josh. Two main concerns were brought up at the meeting last night. The first one was street lights. People say that they need to be improved by making them brighter, and the broken ones in the city need to be fixed. They also say that there's a lot of streets here in Youngstown that need to be repaved. The fairgrounds will close between 10 and 11 p.m. later tonight, but as Roman said, they're already making plans for next year's 180th Canfield Fair. Live at the fairgrounds, Alex Imwalle, WKBN 27 First News. To vote after changing your name, you have to register under that new name at least 30 days before an election. But this election day, some people who changed their name years ago were still turned away by poll workers.
She showed me the screen and it showed my old signature with my maiden name, and she said, "Why is that coming up?" And I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I was like, I got married 2 years ago, but I already went and changed my name, and I voted twice in other elections with my new name.
Sarah Delisio is a multimedia content producer with WKBN, and she was one of the few voters to be turned away for this reason at Highway Tabernacle in Austintown. She and others were told they could only fill out a provisional ballot.
There was a girl next to me, and she said the same thing happened to her. Her maiden name was also coming up, and so same thing, she would have to vote provisionally if she wanted to vote.
The Mahoning County Board of Elections says this happened because her name was updated on the registration card, but they had mistakenly not updated her signature.
The poll worker looked at the signature. It was different than what was on the driver's license. And although the registration card was correct, the signature was not correct. So at that point, the poll worker should have called us here at the Board of Elections. They didn't. So we're going to have to make sure we get that corrected before the end of the day.
The board worked with poll workers to fix the issue so those who were turned away could go back to the polls and vote. Poll workers only get 2 hours of training ahead of Election Day, so Board Director Thomas McCabe says mistakes like these and others can happen.
If a voter's having any issues out there, call the board immediately or come down here and we'll make sure we get corrected, because no one in Ohio is turned away at the polls. Everyone gets a chance to cast a ballot.
In Austintown, Alex Imwalle, WKBN 27 First News. Jack-o'-lanterns hate to see them coming. This weekend, Detweiler Farm is inviting families to take part in a classic fall tradition with a twist.
Some place was allowing people to bring their pumpkins in to smash to compost them at the end of the season, and I thought, well, our pumpkins that are left over get smashed up, put back in the field, so we'll get people to do it for us.
For Detweiler Farm's final weekend of the season, they have a corn maze, a hayride, and of course, the pumpkin smash. For $14, you get 3 pumpkins, but these ones you won't be taking home.
People go out and pick their own pumpkins. They take a hayride to the pumpkin patch. But on the last weekend, for the last several years, we have added a smash where people go out and they get to smash 3 pumpkins out of the field with a variety of implements, sledgehammers, mallets, golf clubs, baseball bats, whatever. Take out their frustrations on the pumpkins.
The farm is open from the end of September through Halloween weekend, so you have one last chance for pumpkin smashing on Sunday from 11 to 5. It's an event that's only been going on for the past few years, but it gives people the chance to experience a longer-standing tradition.
The smash we've done for 4 years. Hayrides we've been doing for about 37 years, but we had produce, pick your own produce here at this farm since back in the 60s.
In Columbiana, Alex Imwalle, WKBN 27 First News.
We have a skill set that most divers don't have and most other people don't have. Not anybody can do this job. If you see some of the things that we see, you probably wouldn't want to do this job.
70-year-old Dale Hammond is an underwater criminal investigator from East Liverpool. He's one of just about 100 UCI divers in the country. The title requires advanced forensic training and the ability to dive under the toughest conditions. So when Hammond saw what was happening in Central Texas earlier this month, he knew he had to step up.
We went down because we're just Americans helping other Americans. And I knew if it happened right here in Ohio, it would be nice if they would come and help us find our kids.
On July 8th, with just a day's notice, Hammond and his nephew Nate made the nearly 24-hour drive to Kerrville. Self-funded, they were prepared to contribute to the search and recovery effort on their own.
I didn't have any connections. We went down there blind, hoping to hook up with the right people, and then you have to realize how many things came together for us to connect with the biggest dive operation that happened down in Kerrville, Texas.
When they arrived, Hammond was contacted by the Texas governor's office to lead a team of divers. With over 40 years of diving experience, it was clear he was the man for the job.
I gladly took the responsibility. I am trained in triage organizations. So that means when multiple departments are involved, I know how to assign tasks and get the job done. To my surprise, there were more than 300 divers and search teams and everything else going on.
Even after dealing with pitch black diving, 100-degree days, and losing 11 pounds in under a week, Hammond says he never regretted his decision to lend a hand. With this week's Hometown Hero, I'm Alex Imwalle.